Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we're back with another slime video. And we have the new Goddess of Destiny Bride Mirren and Bride Shuna banner up in-game right now. And the biggest question that all of you have is, should you summon? And I kind of already touched on this a couple videos ago, yesterday or so, and my initial thought was, no. No, you should not. So let's check out what they do from their details on the news, so everyone is, informed, right? And then I'll explain to you why you probably shouldn't summon. So we have Shuna. She is on Goddess of Destiny, Ogre's Pride, and World of Fantasy, which means that you could put her with Frey. Now, she won't get the guaranteed crits with Frey because she is not a physical character, but you can put her there. So, yes and no. Ogre's Pride doesn't have a leader yet, and Goddess of Destiny obviously is Mirren. Her secret skill, she is a single target ult for 490%, goes up to 735 with the EX ult, standard. Her actual skills, she has a triple orb steal, just like Water Rimuru, just like Light Daggerel, just like Fire Velzard. And we know how good that skill can be on the correct unit, like Velzard, because she's a DPS unit. She can be selfish, she can steal all the orbs, and she will do good damage with those orbs. Well, same thing goes for Shuna. She can steal 3 now, which is good, and she increases the damage her orbs do by 10% when it's maxed out. That's a very good skill for her, especially being a DPS, especially when you combine it with her second skill, which is a personal light attack buff by 25%, and a personal crit damage buff by 50%. So, instantly, just from these details alone, we know that she is the DPS unit of the meta. The beatdown battle is against a dark unit. This is a light Shuna, so she has personal attack buffs. She's the DPS. So if you were to summon and you were to pull her, she would have a very good, solid damage dealing unit. Excellent, congratulations. Moving on, her Valor trait is terrible. You nerf green gauge increases. I'm sure maybe the next season of Valor Cup will have green focused. It's really bad Valor trait, but honestly, you're not getting people for Valor traits, right? Her actual trait is secret skill gauge increase for the first 3 turns. So, if you leave her up front all 3, you can get up 30% up to 45% extra ult gauge, right? That's pretty good, especially for a DPS unit. Especially good for an EX DPS unit who needs, double ult gauge to do maximum power damage, right? It's a very good trait for her. It's not protection, but there are other units you can put that give protection gauge increases. When you get her to 120, if you do, you get another 20% on the ult damage, and then we check out her EX board. Increases her own following status when Sokka is assigned to a battle slot. We only have 2 Sokkas right now. One of them is Protector, and that doesn't count. The other one is a free-to-play unit that is a blue orb changer. So she's not going to go on this team. So this tells us instantly that one of the other 2 units releasing this month is a Sokka. And the devs knew I wanted to skip this month. And they were like, press the button, break the glass. Joker's not summoning? Drop her. So we're going to get a summonable 5-star Sokka. And not just a summonable 5-star Sokka, but a wedding summonable bride version of Sokka. And that is terrifyingly irritating. Terrifyingly irritating. Because I really wanted to skip, and now I got a whale. So, we know that either next week or the week after, Sokka's coming. Don't know who the other unit will be. Don't know that, but we know Sokka's coming. She gets extra crit damage, and she is a self-buffer, which we expect. She's a DPS unit. Mirren is the wonky protector, right? So, damage done by Goddess of Destiny Force characters to dark enemies by 60%, so it's not like Velzard where it's just straight up magic damage dealers get the 50% buff. Yeah, we are going back to the specific typing, specific force gets the buff. So it already makes her limited. And then she gives Wholehearted Devotion and Goddess of Destiny characters attack and defense, which there's not a whole lot on Wholehearted Devotion, I'll tell you that right fucking now. Skill details, the wonkiness. So, causes all the orbs in your hand to generate light-seeking souls for 2 turns. Damage scaling is... Oh, wait, that looks different. Hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. Is it just any orb? On the stream, when we translated it, it said green orbs get 50%, orange orbs get 20%, and then alt orbs get 20%. This is saying any orb gets 50%, and alt orbs get 20%. So that is a little bit different than what we originally translated. So, I mean, that is good, because it means that any orb you send will do extra damage, even if it's a nerfed orb. So, okay, it's a little bit better for her. Still kind of weird. It's follow-up damage, right? It essentially works as a new version of the burn effect, right? Where if you put a stack of burn on an enemy, whatever damage you do with a fire attack, 20%. The difference with burn versus this is a straight 50% or 20%. Whereas with the burn, you could stack it multiple times, you can get 40, 60, 80% extra damage. But you had to use a number of skills to get to that point, so there's the trade-off. This is a lower ceiling, but easier to activate than trying to push 5-6 skills onto one enemy and try and get 120% fucking burn, which I don't actually think is possible. But so it is kind of weird. I don't think it'll work past this meta. I don't think we'll be using this team past the meta, at least for Mirren, as a protector. And then following up, she also gives magic allies guaranteed crits, and then buffs your skill point gain for all orbs by up to 100%. So it means you'll be getting a lot of points back, for sure. But eventually, if you're orb changing into greens or into oranges or whatever you're doing, your skills are going to start costing a pretty penny. So, and she doesn't naturally change orbs like Guy, like Shizu, like Toa, like Frey. And that immediately puts her behind, because yes, you're doing all this cool follow-up damage, but if you get to a point where you don't have the points to do anything except maybe orb change once, like, is it really that useful? Now, I don't have her personally, so I can't test it right now. We can use the free-to-play Aaron to test it out, so I might actually push her showcase up a little earlier than I normally do. We'll see. But I really want to warn and caution people that if they are trying to summon this banner and they do pull Mirren, I personally don't think that she'll have a lot of value after this month is over, after this meta is over. But that is just my opinion. You guys can think whatever you want. Her Valor trait is the same as every other protector that's come out. It's the same shit. You lower alt resist, or you increase alt resistance or something for single target alts. Her actual trait, when you have 75% or more HP, you get an extra 4 to 6% attack. That's pretty good, considering this is a burst team and you're meant to be killing things rather quickly. Say hello to the cat. Hello, Vader. And then they have also put on the banner Shensha, Shion, Velzard, Bride Shion, and OG Fire Shizu. Now, all these characters got added to the Gods of Destiny force, which is cool and everything, but I don't really use Shensha that much. I don't use Shion that much. I definitely don't use Velzard that much. And Shion I actually do use a little bit here and there. And I definitely don't use Fire Shizu. So, like, the overall value, Shuna, very good character. Very strong character. Will be useful after this meta. Mirren, doubtful that she will be useful after this meta, but has a possibility of being somewhat interesting in Valor Cup. And then these units, like I said, I don't use. So the value on the banner is, I think, kind of low. Shuna is very good. They had to make her very good because she's the first EX magic single target unit. So, I mean, I expected them to make whatever unit it was very good. But if you have Light Raphael already, you can kind of get away with it. No, you don't have an EX ult, but you're probably going to be focusing on stunning with Shuna, with Protector Light Shuna. So she can fit in the Light 3.0 team. She can fit on a few other teams. I can see it working. We'll test it out because I did manage to pull her. Spoiler alert. But overall, I don't think this is a meta that people should pull on, because I recommended the same thing when the Space 3.0 banner came out. I didn't really like it. I went and did it anyways because I got Xion and Ramers relatively quickly, and I just decided, oh well, fuck it. But overall, like, I don't use Shinsha, I don't use Xion. I use Yuki in Valor Cup, and that's it. I skipped Space 2.0 until the very last day the banner was up, and I pulled Guy and Belzard. I had to buy Leon and Rain with tickets, or pull them from when they got added. Xion, she's literally a year old at this point. Literally a year old. Did get a skill revamp, though. We'll talk about that in a different video. And then Shizu is an OG unit, and I don't know why the fuck she's here. So I don't see good value in using your crystals, especially coming off of the 1.5 anniversary meta, which had, a double banner with the hero and Shizu. It had a triple banner with Gaia, Velzard, Valentine. It had Violet, and it had EX Rimuru. Like, that is a lot of banners to summon on. A lot of crystals were sacrificed in that 1.5-month time span. And most free-to-play players, actually all free-to-play players, if they were smart and summoned on the Gaia, Velzard, Valentine banner, either got them lucky and then didn't do anything else, or didn't pull them and you're out of crystals, so you don't have anything to summon with anyways. So you're trying to recoup your crystals, save them. Don't summon on this meta. It doesn't have too much staying power. Wait for what I assume next month will be the special summer project, see if that's interesting or not. But I would just take this meta as an easy skip to build up your crystal stocks. Don't worry about not placing high in Jubilee. Don't worry about getting literally every single stage done. Just recover your crystals and wait for the next big thing to come out that really entices you. But that is just my opinion. I don't think people should summon, but if you have, let me know in the comments how you did. But that's it from me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later. Oh, actually, one more thing before we end. Before we end, there is the shop with the fabled black crystals. You can buy 5 of them and get a free copy of Shuna. You can buy 7 of them and get a free copy of Mirren. I'm gonna let you know right now. It's like, what? 8, 16. It's $200 before tax to get a copy of Shuna, and it's over $300 to get a copy of Mirren. This is only for whales, and even then, I don't really recommend it. But those ticket packs do exist right here. They do come with summon tickets, which I guess is cool, along with the black crystal, so you get even more chances. But really, whale territory only. So now, take it easy, and I'll see you guys later.